Hello and welcome to my show. My name is Robin, also known as Sunny Side Up Gal, and you are my Sunny Side Up pal. I'm gonna go ahead and take these off because I don't need them right now. Also, the ring light reflecting bothers me, and I'm sure it would probably bother you if you actually watch the video and don't just like throw me on in the background. So it's been about a month since I've posted. But let's recap. The last video I posted was for Halloween, and I actually posted that while I was in Ireland, our first international trip. I'll go ahead and post videos and pictures now so that you guys can see what we did. So I don't have to recap about everything. All right, so here are some of my favorite photos from the trip. I had a blast. My husband and I had a blast. And of course, we ate a lot of junk food. Well, actually, not really junk food, just like carbs and drank beer, right? I didn't eat a lot of like sugar or anything while we were there. We walked like 11 miles a day. We loved that Dublin was super walkable. And if it wasn't walkable, it was really easy to use like their public transit. It's a great first location for anyone who's never traveled internationally and they kind of want to get their feet wet because now that we've traveled to Dublin, we have the traveler bug. So we want to do a trip every year if we can. And we're thinking next year we're going to do Egypt or Mexico, but I'm not 100% sure yet. It's in the cards. Anyway, I wanted to come on here and say that we did not see very many overweight or obese people. And I believe that is because one, it's Europe, two, it's a walkable city. And most of the people who were like obese were either American or other kinds of immigrants or tourists. But yeah, because Dublin is so walkable, and the food is like obviously healthier for you than American food, but yeah, people were more in shape. Okay, so since I've been back from Ireland, I have been sick, and that's why I haven't really posted, and I'm just barely getting back into the grind, like into like normal life. So when I first got back, I got a respiratory infection. It wasn't the big C, but it was just being sick. And then we came home and our heater was like gross. I don't know, but everybody that I noticed in Ireland, like nobody really like held in their coughs. We literally got coughed in our face like 5 times on the street, walking on the street, coughed right in my face. And I was like, did people forget about this thing that happened like 5 years ago? Like nobody's covering their cough or anything, just straight cough in my face, right? And then being on an airplane and traveling, you're going to get sick, right? We get kind of expected to get sick, but I had a pretty nasty respiratory infection and I'm still like recovering. Like I'm still coughing up icky at the same time. And then after my first bout of antibiotics, I got a kidney infection, probably from like I guess the amoxicillin can make your body like produce more crystals in your urine. Either way, I had a kidney infection. I was like passing stuff. Oh! Ew! Dude! What the fuck? It was terrible. It only hurt for like a day, and then the antibiotics were working really quickly. But anyway, I was on antibiotics for another week, so just been dealing with being on antibiotics back to back, and then being on antibiotics back to back is terrible for your gut microbiome. So I've been dealing with trying to fix that, and then being sick for weeks after coming home from traveling, which is also like another like stressor on your body. My Hashimoto's has like flared up a ton. Oh, and then on top of that, like we're eating carbs and we are drinking Capri Sun. Big ass on the school drinking Capri Sun. Because it's the holiday. So I drank in Ireland and I'm drinking now. But yeah, I just wanted to jump on here and like post a video. Like I want to get back into the swing of things. December is like right around the corner and I want to start doing, what is it called? What's that thing called? Vlogmas. But I wanted to see at least if I could do Vlogmas. So I'm practicing on like editing less. This Vlogmas, I'm not gonna have time to edit every night, right? I think so. So yeah, I am a couple of Capri Suns in. You ain't never gonna catch me up off the creek, nigga. And also my husband is making salsa in the living room. He's a few Capri Suns in as well. He's blasting music, so if you can hear the music, I am so sorry. He's listening to like old hardcore Christian bands that he used to listen to before we met. I think during. But yeah. So today's episode we are going to be listening and watching some just like random fat acceptance stuff just to kind of like catch up and see how we're doing. I had like quit drinking for quite a while because I was on a weight loss journey, and then we went to Ireland. I was like, hey, it should be fine, a couple of drinks. And then obviously it's a holiday. It's the day after Thanksgiving, holiday weekend. I'm not doing anything tomorrow. Why not have a couple of drinks? Capri Suns. We're doing that and we're chatting. We're being girlfriends.
I pee on myself 15 times a day.
Do you wear a diaper?
No, because
Don't make them to fit us.
I don't want the guy to touch my butt and feel a diaper. I pee on myself 15 times a day.
How is that not a wake up call for you? If I peed on myself once, first of all, Kegels, do your Kegels. I'm sure there are people who are that heavy that don't pee on themselves, but like, I don't know. I guess also having a kid can make it hard. I don't know if this lady has kids. I forgot. Oh, I think this is from 1,000 Pound Best Friends. But anyway, the first time I peed myself and I was like, I pee on myself all the time, every day, I'd be like, I need to change some shit. First of all, go to the doctor, get a sling. I don't know. That's a lot of times to pee on yourself. And it's not helping the whole stereotype that fat people stink, because that's stinky. And that's gonna eventually smell like ammonia. Also, if you're too afraid to wear a diaper because a guy's gonna spank your butt, like, you're beyond the gaze of man. You are beyond the gaze of man. Like, you've got better things to worry about than male pee.
And wouldn't no bitch in my family be no 600 motherfucking pounds, because I'm gonna make their life miserable, bitch. If I gotta lift up a 20-pound motherfucking roll and scrub up dirt from underneath it because your big ass can't fit in the shower no more, oh ho, you gonna go through some shit, for real. And y'all be too motherfucking soft and spineless for me. How the fuck you gonna let a big bedridden bitch cuss you the fuck out because you didn't bring that hoe 30 mountains of motherfucking food? If you don't slap that hoe on the road and run, what the fuck she gonna do? Chase you? A 600.
I can't relate. I'm not really close to my family members, so I wouldn't really have anything to say. Okay, this says fat bodies are wired to prevent attempts to break or control them. The current attacks on fat bodies will not lead to a different outcome. The resistance is about not letting them control or break our spirits. What? Let me read what this says. Fat bodies are wired for survival. There has been a multi-billion-dollar industry trying to eradicate fat bodies for many years, and still we exist. Okay, listen. Semantics wise, I don't know if I'm using that right, that's the right words. I got the cranberry vodka speaking for me, right? Semantics, I agree. Fat bodies, like the reason why Americans are so fat is because like our bodies are designed to like store fat for survival, for famine. So she is correct. The attacks on fat bodies are intense right now. It can feel like progress has been made in the fat acceptance community. Whoa, am I reading this wrong? Okay, the attacks on fat bodies are intense right now. It can feel like the progress that has been made in the fat acceptance community, is being lost. That's wrong. The comma is wrong. I'm so sorry. It can feel like the progress. Okay, sorry. It can feel like progress that has been made in the fat acceptance community is being lost. It can feel like progress that has been made in the fat acceptance community is being lost. The comma, take the comma out. Should I type that? I'm going to take that. Oh, comments have been limited. Okay, fuck you. Fat bodies will still exist even after these current attacks. Fat bodies are resilient. Fat bodies will fight attempts to control them or shrink them. Fat bodies aren't going anywhere. God, they sound like people are throwing Molotov cocktails at fat people, and that's not the case. Like, nobody is attacking you. I'm not even going to say it. But if you can read minds, leave a comment below what I told you. I know this may not be reassuring to everyone. I know many people want to hear that there is a sustainable way to not be fat anymore. And that makes sense given the culture we live in. And, fat bodies aren't going anywhere. Dude, who the fuck? Who's your English teacher? Fat bodies have been the resistance to being controlled, handled. Dude, who the fuck? I need to go to her page after this because I'm pissed at her grammar. Fat bodies have been the resistance to being controlled, handled. Is this written in another language and it's being translated incorrectly? They've been doing this work forever. The challenge is how do we endure these current attacks without them breaking or controlling our spirit? And then there's no question mark behind that. Bitch, I'm pissed. That's where the resistance is, to hold onto ourselves and our values while being told to shrink and disappear, to hold on to hope while being hit with constant barrage of anti-fat bias. Oh my God, there's a lot more. Because one thing that pisses off those attacking fat bodies more than fat bodies are people living in fat bodies without apologizing, without buying what they're selling without internalizing the attacks and attacking ourselves. God, sometimes when I read what people post online when they're trying to be like super dramatic, I can imagine that they wrote this and they were like talking, like they imagined themselves speaking in the mirror, being like super like, "Ugh," like this.
Because one thing that pisses off those attacking fat bodies, more than fat bodies themselves, are people living in fat bodies without apologizing, without buying what they're selling, without internalizing the attacks and attacking ourselves.
Like, bitch, shut up. The fat liberation community is strong AF. There are so many of us who are grounded in our right to take up space and won't try to shrink. If you're struggling to hold on to yourself, look to those who have gone before you. A lot of people have gone before us. A lot, by gone, I mean are no longer here on earth because they're fat. Trust when we say that's possible. I didn't know it was possible until it became possible. Hold on, your body has you. The fat liberation community has you. You can have yourself. The fat liberation community has you. I have never seen another group worse than the fat liberation community who completely does not have support for their members at all. It feels like a death cult, and anytime that you like push back or question, hey, maybe this isn't healthy, like you're done. You're dead to them, per these people. All right. Image description. Ugh, an image description. Blah. An image description? It's fucking words, bitch. Annoying. Okay, Dr. Rachel Millner. Therapist, fat activist, speaker, body trust. R. I don't know what the R means. What's the R? R? R with a circle. Radio Shack. Provider. Radio Shack provider. Trying to become a fat Peloton instructor. I cannot wait for the food noise to begin. I don't want to hear about your diet. Okay, so this is about Thanksgiving from yesterday. All right, so she's pretty recent. She's turned off her comments, I'm sure, on every single post that she's got in her entire life. But let's see what she says. I know there are a lot of people taking weight loss medications who find the concept of food noise helpful. This reel, bitch. It is a photo. This reel is not about judging anyone's lived experience decision to pursue weight loss or what terminology feels helpful. Is complicated and nuanced, and your experience is valid. I do, however, judge the pharmaceutical companies like Eli Lilly and Novo Nordisk, who are making millions, putting fat people's lives in danger while claiming to care about fat people. I am looking forward to experiencing food noise, hunger, and eating delicious food that often isn't available other times of the year. And I'm sharing this reel to challenge the idea that it's not okay to be fat and also acknowledge hunger or be excited about food or eat in public. This reel is because so many people still believe that if you're fat, you should be pursuing weight loss and can't imagine that there are people just living their full fat lives. This reel is a reminder to anyone who needs it that food noise is hunger. Hunger is normal and expected. Okay, first of all, food noise is so different to hunger. As somebody who has experienced being eating in the past, and I still kind of have like tendencies, food noise feels completely different. It definitely feels more psychological than actual like empty hunger feeling. Does that make sense? Like food noise is like I made a reel about this a long time ago, but basically my coworker had made cookies, and this is when I was like really struggling with my blood sugar and like trying to lose weight. I was in like the midst of like reaching a goal that I had. Anyway, she brought cookies, and I was like all day could not stop thinking about these cookies. I wanted to open the container that she got for me and eat these cookies. Like that's food noise. However, hunger is like to me, and maybe you have a different idea of what hunger feels like to you, but because I never really felt true hunger until I was in my early 30s, like hunger is like when your body is literally eating itself, like when your stomach is like eating itself, like completely empty, like ready to go kind of thing. Like I have I don't know any other way to describe that. It's like it feels like your stomach's like caving in on each other. That sounds terrible, but that's what real hunger has to feel like for me to be like, okay, I'm ready to have another meal. You know what I mean? But yeah, she clearly has probably never felt true hunger because she gives into her food noise. Well, I guess this is turning into a Dr. Rachel Millner episode. 25 years ago, I was heading home from grad school in California for Thanksgiving. I was deep in anorexia, and my family hadn't seen me for a while. I was still fat, but thinner than I had been the last time they saw me. My family praised me. They told me how great I look. They said how proud of me they were. Okay, this actually did happen to me. So I relate. But I remember when I first moved out of my house, like I was in the midst of like my own problem. So I was like doing a lot of drugs and then doing drugs that helped you not eat and then not eating. And I was like super as skinny as I could possibly be. And I was still like technically a normal weight. If we were like to discuss the BMI, it was like a normal weight, right? But it had been the skinny, I had lost 80 pounds in less than a year. So wild, right? But all I got was praise. I never had anybody really worry about me except for a couple people because they knew that it was like drug related. But I kind of see, I understand this. I relate. See, I'm not that mean to fatties. You may be with people this week who are pursuing intentional weight loss, and you may be exposed to weight stigma. You may be around people praising those who have lost weight or people who have lost weight talking about how great they feel. And it's easy in these situations to get pulled in the narrative that weight loss brings all good things and to forget all of the negative. Weight loss may temporarily increase access or privilege, but it also brings hypervigilance, fear, hunger, crankiness, not participating in social activities, potential eating disorders, and it's easy to forget that not, oh God, do I just don't know how to read or does she like write really shitty? And it's easy to forget all that not pursuing intentional weight loss brings, even if you're in a fat body and don't have as much privilege. Honestly, like I feel like people who are this chick and fat, extremely fat people who don't work and get to stay home and just like eat all day and um yeah, just like this, like they go, oh my God, you're so privileged because you can X Y Y Z Z. You can go on a plane, you can go on a train, you can, get into your car without breaking your ankle, blah 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 blah. I that you are the most privileged person on the planet. Like literally, like you all you have to do is just eat. I don't know. Like sometimes I get really pissed, dude. I'm not even trying to be like political or anything like that, but like if you woke up this morning and you got to breathe, like you have no fucking idea how healthy and how lucky we are to just like to be. If you wake up in a Western country, like it doesn't matter where you are. If you wake up in a Western country, you're like one of the most privileged people on the planet. Like we take for granted like so much bullshit. And this is from somebody whose mother grew up in like a third world country and like had to eat like sugarcane rats and shit. So like when people are like, "You're so privileged, I can't do this," and it's like, you're privileged. You can do whatever you want in this country, in America, and you are choosing to just like stay home and eat. That's like the definition of privilege because you can't travel. Like, oh my fucking God, you can't travel because you're fat. You did, first of all, you did that to yourself. Second of all, like, you know how people who never get to leave their fucking country because one their laws in their fucking country are outrageous. Two, they can't even afford to feed themselves. Like it goes so deep. I'm not even trying to go that deep, but just like when people um especially fat people, when they're like, oh my God, what you're saying is just coming from a point of privilege, and it's like, just shut the fuck up. I just don't think that you have the right to use this word. Like you can't complain about privilege that you don't have when you live in when you live in a Western country. And that's it. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say. Sorry. Also, I'm pretty insecure right now because since I've gotten home from Ireland, I'm like 8 pounds heavier. I did go. I did gain I gained like 11 to 12 pounds while I was in Ireland, and my husband and I was walking like 10 miles a day, and my husband lost 6 pounds while we were there. That's how crazy Hashimoto's and like inflammation can be. So I'm insecure right now. I've lost about 5 pounds since I got back from Ireland, but I'm still up 8 from when we left. So I'm insecure. Anyway, I don't want to do any more of her reading. I think she writes really shitty, but I'm so glad I found her and we found her together, you guys, because this is going to be an interesting episode.
I posted a picture when I wore this dress the other day and have been thinking.
Let's judge the dress. Okay, the shoes. They don't go well with this dress. However, I see that she's walking on terrain. I would have worn right here. I would have worn Spanx or something to smooth that out. Some high-waisted undies even would have helped. This black bra underneath, I would have picked a different color. I would have even gone like with, I mean, maybe she doesn't, I'm not trying to be privileged. Maybe she doesn't have an orange one. An orange one would have been really cute for like the fall colors. Let's listen.
Thinking about it ever since. I love this dress, and this dress breaks every quote-unquote rule of dressing a fat body. It's fitted. You can see my belly. It has a cutout. And when I was in a smaller body,
Okay, speaking of fat bodies and like the rules of like how to dress a fat body, I actually am on the same page of wearing something that cuts in the mid. So like when you show a little bit of your midriff, that acts as a break in your line, and I think it makes people look slimmer. So like if you are an overweight woman, um it cinches you sort of in a way. Sorry, I'm not sure if I'm making any sense, but like you know how like some people when they always wear a belt, like a belt, like you wear a t-shirt and a skirt and you put a belt on, that kind of like that adds a break in your line and it kind of shows off your curve. What is the word? Your waist. It gives you a waist. So when people wear a skirt and they have a little bit of their midriff, that acts as a belt and can introduce the weight. So I actually think that this is pretty flattering for her. Just because she's showing skin, she would have had the same effect with a belt. The belt would have maybe cinched a little bit more. The belt would have, this is to the eye, cutting her in half. It's giving her dimension. I don't know if that's the right word, but it works. I personally think that adding, showing a little bit of midriff adds a waist.
I never would have worn this dress. I spent years in a body that the culture idealized, and I never would have worn a dress like this or any dress or outfit that was fitted to my body. I had so much shame and self-consciousness. We're told that if we lose weight and are in a smaller body, we're going to be more free. We're going to have access to more things. And yes, did more clothing exist to fit my smaller body? Absolutely. But what good is the clothing if you hate your body?
She's breathing so hard. I know I was just like talking and breathing hard, but I have alcohol in my system.
Too much, or you're too self-conscious or have too much shame to wear the clothing. Now I'm in a bigger body. There's less clothes that fit my current body, and still I feel so much more free. I'd much rather have access to fewer clothes, but clothes that I can actually and will wear, than have access to all the clothes in the world, but have too much shame to wear any of them. I posted a picture when
Let's read what she says. I've been thinking a lot about this dress since I wore it the other day and enjoy fashion for fashion that breaks the rules. Blah, 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 blah. I wear anything that was fitted or showed skin. The body said like, blah, 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 blah. Oh, she basically just like wrote. I want to comment so bad. The next time that she comments, the next time that she has open comments, I'm going to leave a comment and I will share with you what I'm going to leave. Yeah, I don't care if you're fat and I care. I care if you're fat and you're just showing off your belly just to show off your belly. Like I've seen some bellies that look like vaginas, but like I think this adds, she's confident. Like it adds a waist. I don't know. I have nothing wrong with this. Am I too nice for this community? Oh, wow. This is when she used to work out. Buck's psychologist wants to be Peloton's first fat bike instructor. I think that that's probably not doing anything for your hormones. Like, you should just chill. Just walk. Good on that.
Hey, it's Rachel. I'm on a mission to get hired by Peloton as an instructor, and I just finished my first ride in over 2 weeks because I had pneumonia.
She turned off. This is from October. Dude, yeah, see, everybody in October was like getting sick. I don't think I had pneumonia, but I'm still like coughing up sputum and stuff. It's not contagious, but I'm still like but that could also, I cough a lot when I have dairy, and mommy's been having dairy this week. So, okay, yesterday I posted the video from right before I did my first ride in several weeks after being sick. I filmed this video after I finished that ride to talk about how it felt to get back on to riding after time off. Jesus. I'm so appreciative of being able to trust my body to tell me when it needed to rest and when it was ready to go back into riding my one Peloton. That's how I felt too. Like honestly, after Ireland, I was like completely pooped. And I know I bring up Hashimoto's a lot, but like I do get kind of wiped out. I try not to, and I end up pushing myself, and it just gets worse. But coming back from Ireland, I was sick with that respiratory infection. Then I got the kidney infection, and like I'm finally back. I'm not even really 100% into this right now. I really wasn't sure if I wanted to film today, but I was like, you've got a 4-day weekend. Just do it. Just throw it out there. If it doesn't do well, like none of your videos are doing well. Oh, God.
Hi, I'm Rachel. I'm on a mission.
Okay, do I think that she's going to be a Peloton lady? No, because people go into Peloton. I'm so sorry, you guys, but how much does Peloton cost? How much is a Peloton membership? $50 a month. If I'm gonna pay $50 a month, I'm either gonna go to one, a real bank, one, a real gym, or two, I'm gonna fucking try to lose weight. I'm not doing Peloton to fucking watch a fat woman instruct me. First of all, also two, Also, you don't have the energy to be a Peloton lady. I need somebody to fucking sing Britney Spears to me. I need somebody to get me into the mood. I want someone to be like, there's somebody chasing you. Ride this bike, right? What are you gonna do on your Peloton in your Peloton class? Talk about dismantling the patriarchy of anti-fatness? Shut up. Oh my god. She did a Halloween thing. What did this bitch do? She did Halloween. Okay, a few Halloween reminders. I haven't even read it yet. Let's prepare. Okay, candy is nothing to be afraid of. Give fat kids the same access to candy that you give thin kids. Who's not? First of all, I see a fat kid, I'm giving them extra candy. It's Halloween. If I see a fat kid, I'm giving them extra candy. It's not my responsibility to anti-fat your kid. Adults need access to Halloween candy too. What are you stupid? Okay, let fat kids dress up however they want. If a costume doesn't come in their size, blame the costume maker and not their body. I've never had that problem. Yeah, I've never had that problem. Avoid perimenopause and menopause weight gain, especially in your belly.
Things that make you go,
Also, wear a weighted vest because building muscle is so important during perimenopause. So you're saying having more weight on your body is protective during perimenopause and in menopause. Okay, so she's claiming the hypocrisy drives me bananas. The more weight is protective as we go through perimenopause, but losing weight is basically what she's trying to say is backwards, right? Here's the thing, Dr. Rachel Millner, doctor. I know you're probably not like a white lab coat doctor, but excess body fat on your body is hormonally active. So when you're going through a hormonal change like menopause or perimenopause, why would you add more problems like excess body fat, right? Wearing the weighted vest doesn't seem harmful. I also kind of think that it is a gimmick. Like maybe it's beneficial for you to do. I don't think everybody needs to do that, but it does seem like a trend right now. However, your weighted vest is not a 20-pound weighted vest does not equal 20 pounds of body fat. Be smarter. Like body fat is almost a complete other organ. It is doing damage. Excess body fat. There's some body fat that we need. Definitely.
Just needing to vent for a minute. I understand.
First of all, I just want to say again, I'm so glad that we found her together. I was not expecting this to turn into a singular person's episode, and I was kind of like, what am I gonna do this episode on? I guess I'll just choose random videos, but this is good.
And why it's so important for people to know that weight and health are not the same things, and the difference between causation and correlation, and that fatness may be.
It's so bananas to me that people are trying so hard to just stay fat. Like I know, because I know mentally me been there, right? I know that being fat is comfort. It's comfortable. Like I understand why people are fighting so hard to like push against weight loss and stay fat. It's giving drug addict to me. Like it's giving, you sound like, I'm looking at this lady. Hold on, let me look at her. Lady, you sound like a drug addict. You are sounding crazy. It sounds crazy, right? It's so crazy that people are willing to like fight to the death, literally, about staying fat.
Correlated with a health condition, it doesn't mean fatness caused it. I understand.
You were not born this way. I know you were not born this way.
Understand why it's important for people to know that long-term weight loss is not sustainable for the vast majority of people. And sometimes I just want to say stop it all, because fat people have always existed.
This lady is a doctor.
We will always exist. Fat people deserve.
This lady's a doctor, and look at the death in her eyes. She talks like there's nothing behind there, and that feels mean. It could be the cranberry vodka. The Capri Sun.
big ass nigga on the scooter drinking Capri Sun.
To be treated with dignity and respect and ethical care and compassion, whether a certain health condition is caused by fatness or not, whether weight loss is sustainable or not. None of that ultimately matters. And people who are so rooted in their weight stigma want to get caught up in these arguments about causation and correlation and is weight loss sustainable. It doesn't matter. Fat people deserve to be treated well with.
Okay, yes, everybody deserves to be treated with respect, but you're not healthy. You're not healthy. I'm not saying go out and bully fat people, but like don't lie and claim that, I don't know. She's claiming, in my opinion, from what I'm seeing, she's claiming fat doesn't, cause issues. Being a fat person doesn't cause issues. It's wrong. It's completely wrong.
With respect, regardless. Just treat fat people well. Period. End of story.
Treat everybody well. Everybody deserves respect.
That's it. Just needing.
I recently went to a local urgent care and had a positive experience. The things that made it positive are so simple to implement. If you are a medical provider, here are things that you can do right now that will benefit all of your patients. They asked if I was okay with being weighed. When I declined, they said okay and moved on, and they didn't ask me to estimate my weight or tell me they needed a number for their EMR. They just moved on to the next thing. One medical tech even said, way to advocate for yourself. No, they didn't. That's stupid. Anyway, I did notice though that I didn't get into it, but I did go to urgent care and I went to the emergency room since I've been home from Ireland. So I went to urgent care because I had that kidney infection. And I was like, yo, I think I need an antibiotic for this. They gave me another antibiotic. And then they said, in 2 days, if it hurts or you get back pain, go to the emergency room. And I woke up 2 days later. Oh my God, I got to just tell you the story. I woke up 2 days later with the craziest back pain. And first of all, I didn't even wake up with the back pain. I went to bed with the back pain, but I was too exhausted and tired. And I knew that my husband was going to be like, let's go to the emergency room right now. And I wanted to sleep a full night. So I woke up the next day and I was like, okay, I think we need to go to the emergency room. So I went to the emergency room with back pain. They did imaging. They were like, you don't have anything. Your pee is even fine. This was 2 days after I got diagnosed with my kidney infection, and the antibiotics worked that fast. But they were all like, they were like, you're constipated. They're like, your back pain is probably due to the kidney pain, but you are constipated. So then they prescribed me like medical grade and laxatives, but I didn't use them. I bought them just in case, but I didn't use them. But anyway, so I went to the urgent care and I went to the emergency room and they didn't weigh me a single time. They actually asked me, do you know how much you weigh? And because I am a daily after poop or pee morning weigher, I was like, yeah, I weigh 185, but I weigh 188 right now. She's a fat bitch. I'm not. That's just 8 pounds higher than when I went to Ireland. And it's because I'm having carbs. It's because I'm having carbs and because I've had alcohol. It's just water retention, really. It really is. And after this weekend, mommy's going on her shit. Right? Okay. Okay, they asked for consent each time they wanted to do something super simple. Is it okay if we take your temperature? We're going to take your temperature now. Same amount of time for them. Wait, whatever. They had an electronic blood pressure cuff in their intake area. When it read high, they didn't assume I have high blood pressure because of fat. First of all, I am assuming that you had high blood pressure because you're fat. Because guess what? You are fat.
Oh, you are fat. We already know that.
Okay. They asked if it was okay to take it manually and use the correct cuff size. They gave me a gown that fit my body. Hi. What's up? What's wrong? What's wrong? What do you think?
I'd be in your video.
Okay, hold on. This is my husband.
We have a problem in this country. It's fat people.
All right. You actually came just in time, too. You're not in the video right now. Oh, yes, you are.
I had like 5 shots. 2 beers.
Come in. Come in the video. Scooch to your butt towards me. All right. You came just in time because I'm almost at the last video. Wild card video. If you see one.
Wild card video.
So it's just so I did that entire video based off of this chick named Rachel Millner, but now I'm just going to do like a random one.
Fatty?
The fatty. Yeah. Here we go.
Ooh.
What I snack on as a fat girl.
What the fuck are you doing?
Thoughts?
Obviously that's fucking insane. If some chick just some regular chick, it's like, what is that? As a regular girl, and she pulls out funfetti and extra sprinkles, you'd be like, that's not normal, bitch. There's a problem. Your A1C is gonna be messed up. But it depends. If you've had 5 shots and a couple beers, that makes sense. But she's sober.
Yeah, she seems sober.
She's sober.
She seems sober.
That's a normal day.
Dude, to be honest though, I do love funfetti. I remember when
I
I was
love funfetti too, but
when I was a little kid, I'd be fucking dipping.
No.
I'd be dipping
I
in
know.
frosting.
But that's probably Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Like, that's her, like, calm
Have a
down.
bite.
It's a calm down meal.
Yeah.
I don't think that
Listen to her breathe.
Let's listen.
What I snack on as a fat girl.
She's probably nice.
I don't know.
Oh my god! You eating it with a giant spoon? Come on, the giant spoon?
Okay, alright. Her name is the Brandy Lee Snacks.
I feel like girls, especially the girls that watch your channel, they're too nice.
No, they're not. I feel like I'm nicer.
Really? Oh, you're
Well,
probably.
yeah, you're saying that I'm too nice. But I feel like a lot of people I feel like I'm too nice. I feel like a lot of people are justifiably the correct amount of mean. And I'm not mean enough. Because I can't.
Why?
I feel bad. Because
Good
I know that God's watching me.
You can ask God for forgiveness.
No.
You can call a fat bitch a fat bitch.
Well,
Look, it's not nice to call someone a fat bitch, but the videos that you post on here, it's always girls that are promoting that lifestyle. If it's some girl that's like, guys, this is who I am, this is awesome, this is who you should need to be, don't listen to those doctors. Be your true self. Live your truth. That's a fat bitch. Yeah. I think you just need to say it. Like, you just need to say it because, like, people pussyfoot around these people.
the thing
Too much.
is that they know that they're fat bitches.
No, you don't. Look, I'm obviously not going to go up to some random fat chick for saying that.
Right,
And say,
right.
you're a fat bitch.
Right.
But, like, if you're, like, their friend, like, honestly, I feel like friends should be the ones that are the ones that, like, tell you, like,
Hey, you got
hey,
fat.
you're a fat
like,
bitch.
maybe you should chill out a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If my friend was gaining 200 pounds, you think I'm just gonna be like, wow, dude, you're the same person? I'd be like, what the fuck's going on here? You have a thyroid issue? You got fucking, you know what I mean? Like, you're not gonna just sit there and watch your best friend blow up and be like, oh no, dude, everything's cool, man. Everything's
good
cool.
for you. Fight patriarchy.
So girls, listen to this. Grow some balls. Grow some figurative
Dude,
balls.
the community
Grow some balls.
So this community, they do have balls. I wish I had the balls that this community, like my friends on here that have.
You think they have balls?
They've got balls.
Well, that one girl you listen to with the glasses.
And the glasses.
Does she have glasses?
Are you talking about the cute one with the highlighter?
It's the I think
The
she's
bangs.
what's the
bangs, the blonde one?
the one that's like lost weight while we've watched her.
Oh, Angelica.
Angelica.
Yeah. My homie.
Yeah, she's kind of honest.
Yeah.
Like I've listened to her.
She's the one that has the most balls.
But you know what? You know what it takes? It takes like a prior fat activist.
Yeah.
To be honest.
Dude, she was.
Because like you really got to be in the mindset of prior activists to know like what people were talking about. You know what I mean? Like what were you talking about when you were like a super fat activist? And then you realize like, hey, that's not really the best lifestyle to promote. and then it makes it better because it's almost like you were like you infiltrated the not the enemy, but like you infiltrated the psyche.
Yeah, you know both sides. You're playing both sides. We don't do politics.
We don't do politics.
We don't go that far.
It's okay. There is a certain group of people we could mention right now.
You serpents! You brood of vipers! How are you escaping condemned to hell?
I'm checking.
Oh my god. Okay, let's watch another video. All right, one more video, and then we're gonna call it a day because I need to take another.
I didn't mean to infiltrate, but I was like,
no,
five
I love
shots
it. Yeah, I love it. Michael, you're so funny.
I've already used the playlist. I've listened to all the music.
I was telling them that you were listening to your old Christian hardcore bands.
Yeah.
And I was like, he's trying to get me out there because you were throwing on Smokeahonis and
Attack.
They weren't, but like that's like the vibe that we get.
For Today was very Christian. Memphis Mayfire. Devil Wears Prada.
Yeah, you're trying to get me out and go dance with you, and I said I gotta do this video. I just want
to straighten my hair.
You need to bring it down a notch.
Okay. No, what's the chick that at Spectrum? She called me chauvinist. Chauvinist.
You're being a chauvinist. Why would this lady at Spectrum call you chauvinist?
Look,
are you talking about the lady who made us the ornament?
Oh yeah, I was. I was totally a douche.
You were a chauvinist.
But I was like, look, I'll be honest with you. I feel like a lot of women kind of enjoy a douchebaggy dude. I don't know. No. You don't. I feel like
here's the thing: you're not a douchebag. So.
I feel like you're a dude with a little spice.
Right. So you're kind of like the Kelso of my life. So like you're an asshole sometimes, but you're my asshole.
But it's truth.
But it's truth.
It's truth.
It comes off as truth. So like you come off as like a butthead, but you're telling people the truth. But you're genuinely in his heart and his soul, a good guy.
There is an amount of douchebaggery that comes with like just being upfront. And then sometimes being upfront makes you look like an asshole.
Well, that's what, yeah.
But you're also like that, but you're girl version of that.
Yeah, I'm a girl version of that.
That's why you have this channel.
I try.
You're trying to call out the...
I try, but I'm also trying not to be like too mean because I also feel like people are watching me like...
But you also come from the perspective of someone that had a hard time with weight.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, because I know. Well, that's what I was talking about in this episode is that chick. You know, I try when I judge a lot of people, like clearly we're here to judge, right? We're judging. I judge people, and then I also try to bring in like positives. Like there was this one gal who was talking about how she thought it was cool that she went to the doctor and they did ask for her weight, and then that happened to me at the emergency room this week.
You know,
they never asked me for my weight, or they asked me how much I weigh. They didn't ask me to weigh myself.
You know what's crazy? I'll drive by. I'm a truck driver, so I'll drive by roads in the city, and I'll see like really big people going out for a run or walk, and my first inclination is like, you fucking fag. But I come to the realization that it's like, hey, slow down with your judgment.
Yeah, at least
that person's out there doing it,
and you're not.
Yeah, out there doing it, and I totally fucking root for those people.
Yeah.
Not at first. My first inclination is like, you know,
get out of my plane of sight.
Yeah, because they're big. They're big, but I've never been fat, so I don't know what it's like. And I know a lot of women out there. Good for you. I know it's hard to be a woman. I do. Because like a lot of men, especially like me, I can stop drinking soda for 2 weeks and I'll lose 20 pounds.
When we went to Ireland, I gained 10 pounds and you lost 6.
Yeah. And I kind of feel bad for that. Because don't you wish like I was a dude that was just like, oh my god, like, I don't know, maybe not wish.
No, because I think there's
I always wonder, like,
I think there's a reason why it's easier for men to lose weight and hard for women to lose weight. Because I feel like we're the ones that like we have to put on the weight.
Yeah, for the babies.
Species.
Yeah, babies.
For the species, we are supposed to, but we don't have to do that anymore because we live in a modern society. And I think that men lose weight when you guys are doing like we were walking almost 10 miles a day in Ireland. You lost weight so quickly because you don't need to store energy, I guess.
So you're using biological factors to insinuate that
So
my biology means and that has something to do with my role in life.
You're saying that there's a difference between a male and female?
Are you saying that like men are supposed to be hunters and providers,
and women are supposed to stay home and have babies?
How
dare I?
Yeah, that's so anti-feminist of you.
Oh my god.
This is gonna get you in trouble.
No, because it's already past the half hour. Anybody listening still is a true
Are you
fan.
live?
No.
Oh.
Anybody listening still is a true fan, and they're probably laughing their asses off at this.
Oh, yeah? Who watches this?
I don't know. I have like 100 views every episode.
I feel bad if I'm sorry if any of you are fat and like.
I'm sorry if any of you are fat and don't believe that there's a difference between man and female.
I'm sorry if I said anything that may allude to the fact that I'm an actual asshole.
He's a nice guy. I'm so proud of you.
Right?
Yeah.
Well, I'm proud of you. Look at you. I was gonna say you're doing this. I'm over there fucking making salsa.
Yeah, we're gonna make we're learning Spanish. Tell them a sentence in Spanish.
Estoy aprendiendo español. Me llamo Michael. Miguelito. Motocicleta. No me gusta la comida mexicana.
Me gusta la comida china.
Más o menos. A la verga.